Did you ever struggle with lack consciousness? If yes, what steps did you take to create financial abundance in your life? What are your favorite techniques or mindset shifts that really worked for you? I spent my entire life struggling, being in lack, being broke as fuck. And so, you guys know, if you're not new to my world, that money work is what I call it. There's a lot of money work that's involved for you to be able to change your financial situation, for you to be able to get out of lack consciousness. So it isn't just one thing. Money work is very, very intricate because it is money mindset, but it is also emotional intelligence, but it is also changing your habits, and it is also changing your behavior with money, and it is also changing your relationship with money, and it is learning to feel differently when it comes to money. It is learning to expect different things when it comes to money. It's a very multifaceted thing when it comes to money. And this is something that I dedicated 10 years to doing. If you are in Evidence Bank, which is my latest masterclass, if you're really looking to get out of lack consciousness, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to get into Evidence Bank because it's a masterclass that's like an hour and a half long where I'm telling you how to really be able to rewire your mind to see abundance everywhere and how to get out of lack frequency for good. Because there is a lot of work behind it. And the money game is my 30-day money manifestation challenge, where I really give you the activations and the perspective shifts that you need while also giving you daily action steps to take. Because one thing I found when I got into the money mindset world was that everyone was talking about money mindset, but no one was actually giving you any tangible steps to take during the day. And so, yes, your mindset is extremely important. So the best thing that I need you to really wrap your head around is that money is a mindset first. With everything, it's always a mindset first. I find that mindset just isn't enough when it comes to money because we have everything that I talked about before. It's all intricately related. So it isn't just your mindset, it's in every fabric of your being. So it's really deeper than just your mindset, but the biggest thing that you need to understand is that 88% of people are self made millionaires, which means they came from lack, they came from poverty, and they were surrounded by people and places and a reality that told them that this had to be normal for them. And in order for them to change their consciousness from lack consciousness to wealth consciousness, and I have seen this across the board 100% of the time, is you need to start being able to think greater than your circumstances, to feel greater than your circumstances. You need to stop putting money on a pedestal. You need to stop seeing yourself as smaller than money or unable to handle money or bad with money or that money never works out for you or that you never have enough money. Like, you also need to look at the stories that you have behind money. And what happens is a lot of people think that they can't change their relationship with money or their thoughts with money or their frequency with money until they have more money. And that just isn't the case. And if anything, that type of behavior is very matrixy. Like, that's what how you've been told to operate. And there's a reason why lack and scarcity and poverty are truly in every fabric of every being of our society. Like, it's all about being poor. Like, everyone, everything, the news is making you more poor. The current events are making you more poor. Television is making you more poor. Like, it's just, we literally have a society that's based on poverty thinking and poverty mindsets, and like, it's just a really wild experience, but you came here to master abundance. You really did. And it's available for anyone, but what I think a lot of people don't understand is You can absolutely be financially free. You can absolutely be a millionaire. You can absolutely be a multimillionaire. You can absolutely be a billionaire. In this day and age, it has never been more likely for you to be a billionaire than it is now. But what I have to tell you is, and what you have to understand is, in order for you to become a wealthy person, you have to be able to not only navigate yourself and change every fiber of your being when it comes to money, but you also need to be able to navigate the fact that you live in a society that thrives off of scarcity, that thrives off of poverty consciousness, poverty mindset. Because if you are still working in a job, everybody is going to be in a poverty mindset, unless you're working for like a small, successful business owner. So use discernment. But I would say 99% of places, unless you're working for yourself, you are going to be surrounded by poverty mindset. Your family, your friends, the circle that you have in your locality, they're all probably, 100% of them are probably in a poverty consciousness. So you not only have to learn to master yourself when it comes to abundance, but you also need to learn how to master navigating the dualistic experience of being able to think more abundantly, to speak more abundantly, to feel more abundantly when everyone else around you is stuck in lack. And that gets really difficult, honestly. It is a very difficult thing to do. And this is why a lot of people that have become financially free, they close their circle a lot. Quite honestly, if you're still hanging out with people all the time that are complaining about money, that are complaining about lack, that won't go places or do things because it costs so much, like if everyone in your life is using money as an excuse as to why they can't do or have things, it's going to be 10 times harder for you to do this work, because the 5 people that you spend the most time with actually set your standards for what you're available for. So, the best thing to do if you're working on your money work, like if you're doing the money work, if you're working on your relationship with money, is to start surrounding yourself in circles and in places where people are also doing this work, where people are also having higher vibrational conversations around money, where people aren't using money as a limitation, but people are actually using money as an expander. Because if you're hanging out with people who don't even make $50,000 a year, versus you get into a mastermind or a program or a community with people that are making $50,000 in a month consistently, not only are there going to be different conversations, there's going to be different actions, there's going to be a different frequency, there's going to be different self concepts. Like they're these are two completely opposite ends of the spectrum. And what I need you to understand is there are people consistently making not even $50,000 a month. There are people that are consistently making $700,000 a month. $700,000 a month. It has never been easier for you to become a millionaire. There are a lot of people that have $1 million months. But do you understand that the people that are having 50,000 plus dollar months, they are moving differently than 99.9% of people. They are talking differently than 99.9% of people. They are investing differently than 99.9% of people. And because of that, they have a smaller circle. Because of that, they have stronger boundaries of who they'll hang out with, who they'll be around. Like, I'm not saying to cut everyone off in your life, but I am also saying if you want to raise your frequency when it comes to money, you need to raise your standards for who you are spending your time with and for the conversations that you're having. Because if you're spending your mornings and nights doing money work and, building your emotional intelligence and embodying a wealthy self concept and learning to invest in yourself and learning to expect things differently with money and learning to see money as safe, supportive, and consistent. But then all day long, you are going out to dinner with your friends who are bitching about money and how money's always running out and how rich people are bad and how the economy is against them and complaining about gas prices and complaining about prices at the grocery store. Like, that is a poverty consciousness. And because you are complaining about something and talking negatively about something, you're staying stuck in that reality. So if you're doing the work, but then when you go out and you're around your friends and family, if they're actually having conversations that are the direct opposite of the work that you're doing and pulling you back down into this lack frequency, it's going to feel impossible for you to actually move the needle forward. So, this is a time for you to get super intentional with the people that you're around, with the conversations that you're in. You cannot complain about money. You cannot speak about lack. You cannot talk about lack. You cannot be worrying about money. You cannot be fearful of money. You cannot be hoarding money. You also can't be spending money recklessly. Like, wealthy people have like, they do everything different when it comes to money, from the conversations that they have, from the thoughts that they think, from the way that they invest money, from their mindset when they are investing. Like, wealthy people know that they're their greatest return on investment, so they are always learning from wealthy people. They are always surrounding themselves with wealthy people. They are changing their community, they're changing their actions, they are changing their behaviors. Like, if you want to be financially free, it's absolutely possible. But I think a lot of people underestimate that this means that every fabric of who you are has to change. And it's like almost like you have to, it's almost like you have to throw yourself a funeral for your old self. And I know that that's a weird way to say it, but it's like your old self really has to die off because, like we talked about, your self concept holds your actions, your behaviors, your habits, your beliefs, what you believe is available for you. And it's like you really have to say goodbye to that old version of yourself. You cannot think the same. You cannot speak the same. You cannot feel the same. You cannot have the same thoughts and the same feeling when you are looking at your bank account or when you're spending money or when you're getting paid or anything. And it's like, because money is the currency that we have used to be able to buy goods and have experiences. Not every experience costs money. Understand that. But like, to drive a car and to live in a house and to pay for food and to pay for healthcare, like all these things, like, they do cost money. But that just needs to be something that you accept. That is just something that we do on this planet at this time. It's how we exchange goods because we don't barter anymore. So it can't be that money is a negative thing, because money in and of itself, like everything in the universe, is neutral. You are assigning meaning to what money means. And because of the meanings you assign, that creates the beliefs that you have, the relationship that you have, the experience that you have, and the feelings that you have. So it's like, it's not just one money affirmation that's going to change your life. It's about being really fucking serious, really dedicated to doing the work and realizing what people, places, and things are no longer going to be able to come with you on this journey to wealth. Because one thing that I will tell you is, because of the fact that 99% of people are still living in lack, and they thrive there. They thrive on complaining about the lack of money. They, like, all of the conversations about that. People, when you go out, if you like pay attention to what like people are talking about and you listen to them, almost all of the conversations are bitching and complaining and moaning and talking about how there's never enough money. When I still worked for the New York State government and like, we get paid nothing, I stopped going to lunch because at the lunch table, I sat at like a big table with a bunch of people who I loved, but they were just so deeply immersed in lack. And I was like, I can't be having these conversations and I can't be hearing these conversations. I've been hearing these conversations for over 2 decades, and it's making me get stuck here. And I have to be able to put my blinders on, and I've got to just dive into the work. So it's about brainwashing yourself to become abundant, to become wealthy, which means listening to wealth consciousness books, which means listening to podcasts, which means investing into programs. And what a lot of people don't get is, you can't change your mindset for free, especially when it comes to money. If you are not willing to invest in resources to help you change your relationship with money, then you're acting as a poor person still that says that they want money. And think about somebody that says over and over again that they want something, but they don't ever do anything about it. My mother has been saying literally every week since I've been born, and I'm 35, and she still says it to this day, at least 7 times a day. Well, I'm going to start my diet on Monday. She's been saying that for 35 years now. No exaggeration. Every single person in her life can tell you that. She is at this point the boy who cried wolf. No one takes her seriously. It's to the point where I have told her I won't actually listen to this conversation anymore because I could really help you lose weight, but you actually don't want to because you sit and drink soda all day long. You sit and eat food all day long that's processed. You eat way more than you need to. You don't move your body. Like, you don't have a healthy bone in your body and you're not trying to change it. So it's like, you can't be the person that says that you want to manifest more money, but you're not willing to get into a program. You're not willing to invest in a mentor. You're not willing to buy a book. You're not willing to put money in. Like, what a lot of people don't get is you have to start investing. And I'm not saying that you need to spend all of your money on something that you can't afford and then go into more scarcity. But what I am saying is, if you are trying to get everything for free when you are trying to work on your money mindset, that is a clear indication that you still have the self-concept of a poor person. So you have to realize when there is something that isn't landing, like if you've been trying to do money work for 2 years even, like that's too long. If you've been doing that work and you haven't seen movement, then it's probably because you haven't invested in something. It's probably because you're scrolling through TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram all day long looking for free information about wealth consciousness when that is a poverty thing, like the amount of time you're spending to do that, whereas you could just be investing in one thing. And an investment could be $22. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that you need to go and invest $22,000 that you don't have. So you've got to use discernment here. But I could literally talk about money all day long. But those are the things that like you need to understand. And here's the thing, right? You're not going to be able, like this 1 20-minute voice note, it's packed, jam packed with value, but this still isn't enough for you to transform. Like, this is why I have what, 1 2 3, I think I've got 3 specific money programs because I tackle it from all different levels. I've actually been feeling really called to open up a lower ticket membership when it comes to money, and I'm thinking about putting all of my money programs into like a low ticket option. So let me know if that's something that you would be interested in, like either like this or comment below. And like you can click on this and hold down and send emojis if you like it. Let me know like if that's something that you've been looking for, if you feel like that would really support you. I've been sitting with it and I think that I do want to do it, but I can like get the ball rolling a lot faster if you guys are interested in that. I would recommend getting into Evidence Bank because I really do have a good conversation with you there about being able to really just change how you are operating day in and day out from a lack frequency to going into an abundant frequency. And from that place, it's a lot easier to view money differently and speak about money differently. But at the end of the day, like you have to change the way you're speaking about money right now. You have to change the way you're thinking about money right now. You have to change the way that you're feeling about money right now. Because if you're waiting for the money to be in your bank account so that way you can think, speak and feel differently, you're never going to feel differently. You're never going to have a different experience with money. So that's what I will leave it at right there. And with that, that will be the end of this. Sorry, Ghost started drinking water and she drinks water so freaking loudly that I was like, let me just end that one and wait for her to stop slurping in the background because I'm in the kitchen right now. But so that is the end of the portal. Those are all of the questions that we had that came in by the cutoff. Honestly, the last question I did just look at it just to see what it was for shits and giggles, and it was about self-concept. So we've already gone really deep into that. So that worked out perfectly because we did like totally navigate that question. So we answered all of the questions. I got way more questions than I had initially anticipated in doing this, but this worked out perfectly. You'll have access to these questions for 24 hours. So tomorrow the group will be expiring. If you're in AOMU, you will have access to this entire replay. I'm going to put all of the audios together, and that will be posted in the membership tomorrow once this closes. So you can go back and replay them if you are in the membership. If you want to have access to this entire transmission, if you want to be able to replay it, then I'm going to give you guys the option to purchase it for $22. You'll be able to purchase it as soon as right before the group closes, actually, or maybe later on today, so you've got some time to purchase it. I will close the group right now on my website, and then everyone will be removed from it. But if you do want to go in and purchase, I'll just drop the link again for the portal, and you can buy it separately, and you'll get it at an exclusive rate. Like, no one else will have the option to purchase this for $22. But since you guys were here, I told you that you would have a really discounted rate to be able to purchase this. If you are looking for any support, whether it's in business or manifestation or mindset or energetics or aligned action or any of the things, I have, I think, 30 different programs varying from master classes to workshops to full-blown programs on my website. You can always join any of them as standalones, or the best resource is really to get into one of my memberships, either AOMU for all things manifestation, mindset, energetics, things like that. And then Unapologetic is specifically for business owners. So if you are an aspiring business owner, or if you have been in business, no matter where you're at, no matter what income level you're at, if you are looking for support, then I would highly encourage you to join one of these options. As I mentioned before, AOMU is on sale for this month. So if you join before April 1st, you will have the ability to join for $222 a month, and that is $111 off. It's normally $333 a month, and you get access to all of the programs plus a monthly group coaching call, and you'll save over $1,300 if you join right now while that sale is going. So if you want to be in my world, that's really the best place to be in. If you are ready to go very deep and you're ready to completely transform your life in the next 3 months, my private mentorship is the best space for you. In private mentorship, you get options, or you get the ability to join both Unapologetic and AOMU for the time that you're in mentorship. And you will be able to get access to me like this, where you get text and audio support Monday through Friday, every single week. And you're also automatically in every new program that I launch, because you get all of the business programs plus all of the manifestation programs. If you are interested in private mentorship, it is a 5-figure commitment. So if you are seriously ready to invest right now and you have the money to invest, then shoot me a DM and I would be happy to talk with you. Or you can go on my website and fill out the application, so that way I can just make sure that you're a good fit and I'm a good fit for you and for what you're looking to achieve and who you're looking to become. If you have any questions at all about any of my programs or any of my offers, then you can always DM me. I'm here for you guys. DM me on Instagram, DM me on TikTok. And if you want links to anything, you can just go right to my website. My website is linked in my Instagram bio. It's linked in my YouTube. It's linked on TikTok. It's just alexaraysmith.com, but everything is laid out there. If you do have any questions though, you can always shoot me a DM. And if you are somebody that would be interested in having a lower ticket investment to start really transforming your relationship with money, then do me a favor and drop an emoji on the last voice note. And if I get people, like if you guys are interested in that, then I just haven't come up with a name yet and I haven't fully decided because low ticket memberships, it's just, it's a whole different beast when you do something low ticket. But just let me know if you guys are interested and I can really start, I can take that off my to-do list and off the maybe thing and then make it into a reality. So let me know. I will drop the link for you guys to be able to purchase this a little later once I have done everything behind the scenes. But I wanted to say thank you so much for being here. I'm so appreciative for all of you. Let me know if you've had any breakthroughs. You can drop them in the comments in here, or there's a section in the group that you can drop your breakthroughs. I'll leave the group open for a few more hours so that way you can go in and you can answer the questions. And everything was anonymous in here. So the questions were anonymous. If you go in there and submit it, it's all anonymous. So feel free, whatever way works best for you. But thank you so much for being here, you guys. I'm so grateful for all of you. And I'm so excited to see you in another program or another offer, or whatever that looks like. But thank you so much. And I hope you have the most amazing day. I'll talk with you guys later. Bye.